Welcome to Bear Download at ChicagoTribune.com. Dan, Bears getting ready for Sunday's season opener against the Buffalo Bills. It is Friday. You know what that means? Double Prediction Friday, a special edition of Prediction Friday, because not only will we predict Sunday's game, we'll give you our season predictions as well. Dan, go ahead, start it off. What do you got?
What do you want first?
You pick.
All right, Bears 31, Bills 20 on Sunday afternoon at Soldier Field. I just think that if all goes according to form, the Bears are a superior team. They're obviously going to have to control Buffalo's front four, the defensive line of the Bills. But if they can do that, their offense should be able to get some momentum going. And I think the Bears' defensive line should create some trouble for E.J. Manuel and that Bills offense.
All right, I'm going Bears 23, Bears 24, Bills 23. Closer than the experts think. I think the Bills cover that 6.5. I just think that the Bears' run defense has not showed in the preseason that it's going to be up to the challenge to stop E.J. Manuel, C.J. Spiller, Fred Jackson, some of the misdirection they're going to run. They might do it, but they just haven't shown it yet. So I think it's going to be a little bit closer than the Bears' offense would like for it to be. They could just pull away.
Well, and I think we've talked about it with the schedule that's ahead of the Bears following this game. This is a must-win there. Obviously, they go on the road for the next 5 games. Their lone home game in that span is against the Packers.
Yeah.
Got to get this one if you want to get the season off on the right foot.
All right, and speaking of getting the season off on the right foot, let's take a bigger glance, wider glance at what they have ahead this season. A really tough schedule, trying to catch the Packers in the NFC North, and trying to improve on last year's 8-8 finish. How do you think this season's going to go?
Yeah, I offered the good news in the prediction for week 1, but I think the bad news is I still don't know if this team is a playoff team. I went to training camp thinking this was an 11-win club. I head towards Sunday thinking they're a 9-win team and really could be closer to 7 if you really zoom back and look at this. And I think some of the reasons that I'm tempering my optimism is there's just so many unanswered questions that you thought training camp in the preseason would answer. Returner, long snapper, linebacking stability, the starting safeties. All those questions remain unanswered, and I just think that takes a long time to develop that flow. And so I think the Bears are going to struggle with the schedule that they have to generate momentum. And I think 9-7 is probably a realistic benchmark.
Yeah, I'm actually with you. We talked about this as we were in OTAs and went towards training camp. I was at 11 wins for this team as well, and as we saw this team practice through the preseason and everything, I started to back off that because of the questions that we see. And another issue that I have is that the offense, which was so good last year, was incredibly lucky from a health standpoint. For as unlucky as the defensive side of the ball was, they were so lucky on offense, and I just think that type of injury luck probably even out on both sides. Then you have the leftover questions about the defense and can this linebacking core solidify the middle of that defense? Can the deep secondary lock things down? And so I'm at 8 wins. I'm going to predict 8-8 for the season for the Bears. Wouldn't be surprised if it was more. Wouldn't be surprised if it was maybe 7 wins. I don't think they go lower than 7, but I'm going to be in at 8-8.
And you mentioned the offensive depth. We don't know anything about the depth. And if one of those key guys gets hurt, if the running back gets hurt, if one of those 2 Pro Bowl receivers gets hurt, if your quarterback gets hurt, now all of a sudden there's a trap door there, and who knows if they can hold themselves up without falling through it.
Yeah, so many questions. And finally on Sunday we are going to start to get some answers.
It's good to have the answers.
It's a relief, and piques our curiosity heading into Sunday, what defensive wrinkles we might finally see, and how will this offense take a step forward. All right, of course, at ChicagoTribune.com, we will have all the coverage all weekend leading up through the game on Sunday. For Dan Wiederer, I'm Rich Campbell, and that'll do it. For Prediction Friday, I'm Bear Download.